Hello everyone, welcome back to the MVD show. Thank you so much for tuning in with us today. Today's another day, it's another beautiful day that God has given us, and I hope you're all doing well. I just want to say excuse for my absence last week, but I am back here and I am better today. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things that was going on social media the couple of days actually. A lot has happened, and I just felt like I kind of needed to kind of share my opinion on it, because I feel like my opinion is very different. It's very opposite. I have a very opposite opinion to a lot of things. So if I do say something and you're triggered by it, I'm sorry, to be honest, but at the end of the day, it is my opinion. We all have our opinions, and you know, we all live by it as well. But before I get into that, I am your host, Eunice Isabel. Thank you to Congosynthesis for having me on this platform, and let's get on with the topic. So last week there was an interview with Meghan Markle and Oprah Winfrey, and Meghan was basically just talking about her, let's just say, her experience with the whole royal family and stuff. And one thing that actually kind of shocked me and stood out to me was the fact that when she was talking about the royal family, being worried about Archie's skin, it kind of didn't make sense. What kind of family would worry about a child's skin? At the end of the day, that's another child within your family. That's another child probably that's going to take the throne one day, hopefully, and that's also someone's grandchild, your grandchild, but you seem to be worried about your grandchild's skin, which is a bit weird and kind of common sense. I don't want to sound wrong, but Meghan, how do I explain this? So Meghan she's very light for her skin tone, right? She's black, she's mixed race, she's light, right? And we have Prince Harry, who's white. Like, just kind of put it together. Like, how are you expecting them to have a child that's my skin tone? It doesn't make sense. Of course, their child's gonna come out light, or some sort of a light color. The child's not gonna come out dark like me. It doesn't make sense how you could worry about a child's skin tone when you could blatantly see that the dad is white, the mum is mixed race, she's very light, and I don't know how you can think that the child's skin is going to come darker than the mum even. It doesn't understand. For me, Archie could pass as white. Do you get me? If Archie was to come to me and tell me he was fully English, I would believe him, because he comes across as white. But you're worried about a child's skin tone and not worried about other people, and not worried about the citizens. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. Like, go back and look at yourself before you even tell someone that. It's embarrassing. And looking at the interview, Meghan was hurt. Meghan was super hurt. She could have cried if she had to, but obviously she had to put on a tough face because the whole world was going to see this interview. It's sad. Even Oprah was shocked. She was shocked that the royal family would worry about a child's skin tone, not just worry about whether, you know, she's going to be all right giving birth, whether, you know, they have enough money or something like that, they have a roof over their head. Like, do you get me? Anything could happen, but you're worried about a child's skin tone. And then on top of that, we have what's his name? We have Piers Morgan getting onto Meghan once again. I don't know if it's just me, but I genuinely feel like I came up with my own conspiracy. I feel like Piers Morgan is getting paid to put down Meghan Markle, because anytime there's a topic on her, anytime she says something, she does something, he has to always speak on it. Like, how can someone have so much hate in their heart to always talk about someone? I genuinely think that, you know, someone is paying him, preferably probably from the royal family. I feel like he's getting a certain amount of money just to talk bad about Meghan. That's what I personally feel like, and I don't get how you could do that, because if it was me, I'm speaking just if I was in that situation. If I was paid to talk about someone bad, of course I would do it. Come on, like half of you would do it. If you're getting paid $1 million in your account every month, Like, think about that. Just to talk about someone bad, you will do it. And I'm just thinking, like, it doesn't make sense how you could just put someone down for no reason. Do you get me? There's always a reason behind something. And there was things floating around in on the media that she saved his number as free cab or something like that on her phone. It was stupid stuff. But the reason why he hates her is obviously something stupid. But obviously to him it's not. So let me kind of take that back. But everyone has their own reasons to why they should be upset with someone, which is totally fine. But I don't think he should publicly embarrass her. Would I say embarrass? Yeah, I would say embarrass, because every single time she does something, especially when she announced that she was going to have a second child, he also had something to say. When the interview was about to come out, he always had something to say. It just doesn't make sense how a whole person can just always have an opinion on someone. I don't get it. I don't know if it's because she's black and she's in the royal family. No idea. I have no idea. And it's also appalling to see that Meghan's dad, I would say Meghan's dad lied to her with this whole thing of talking to the tabloids. It's sad that, you could give birth to a child and you could just kind of throw them in the pit, knowing what the child has also been through and stuff like that with like the media, and also going into the royal family is a big responsibility as a black person. So it's sad that her dad kind of did that to her. Like my heart goes out to her for that, because I wouldn't really expect a father to do that to their child at all. And she even said in the interview that the tabloids went to her mum. Her mum kept shut. She kept shut, because I believe that that's what a parent should do. A parent should always hide their child. But I guess Meghan's dad has his reasons behind that. No one knows what was going on. We all don't know what was going on. So I guess we can't really bash him for that. We can maybe hold him accountability somewhat, but we can't bash him because obviously we don't know why he done that. Meghan might know, but obviously she's not gonna go into details that much. So I feel like we can hold him accountability, but we can't really bash him as much as we would like to, because we don't know what happens in someone's life at the end of the day. So he did what he had to do, and it's done, it's happened. She's not here in the UK anymore. She seems happy where she is, so I wish nothing but the best for her. But we need to protect Meghan. Not just Meghan, but Harry. We need to protect both of them, because they have been through a lot since they've left the royal house, the royal family. We need to protect them at all costs. The same way our parents was protecting Diana, it's the same way I believe we need to protect Meghan. Like, we need to have Meghan's back 100%. We need to have her back, because I feel like if we don't have her back, to be honest, her innocence won't be shown. The same way our parents had Diana's back, her innocence was always shown. I have never actually heard nothing bad about Diana. Nothing, Princess Diana. I haven't heard anything bad about her, if I have to really be honest. There's always good about her. So I feel like we need to do the same with Meghan. We need to have her back. We need to have Harry's back. We need to have their backs at all costs. It's up to us, the society, the community, the country, to do that. We have a choice. You don't have to, but I do believe we should do that, 100% to protect them. Also, another topic that also kind of hit me last week was the Sarah Everard situation. My heart goes out to her family 100%, because no one deserves that kind of pain. Her life, she didn't deserve to die like that. Her life got cut short because of someone's cruelty. But all we can do is forgive and carry on, I guess. Forgive but not forget. And a lot has been going on with it. There's been protests, people have been arrested and stuff like that. But for me, with this specific situation, I have an issue with it. Now, I don't have an issue with I don't have an issue with her as a person, but it's with what happened and how do I explain it? How big it got. Because the same thing happened to Blessing Olusegun. I think I don't know if I said her name right, but I hope I did. The same thing happened to Blessing. Her body was found on the beach, and there was a couple of posts, and after those couple of posts, I never heard anything. But with all of a sudden with Sarah, it's everywhere, literally everywhere. Press protest, everything's happening. You know, people are speaking out. People are speaking about what happened to them, but with Blessing, nothing happened. And I feel like race plays a part in everything. Maybe I'm that type of person that just, I always have to pull out the race card, but I feel like race is a big thing nowadays. Oh, it's been a big thing, but I feel like now it's much more shunned upon. Like in every situation there's always race. And I feel like, why is it with Sarah it's gone so big? For me, I do believe it's because she's white. I don't have anything obviously against her at all, but I'm just saying, with Blessing, nothing was done, and I do believe because she's a black female. But with Sarah, it's massive. With Sarah, it's massive. It's gone so big everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's talking about their experience. Everyone is holding men accountable. Do you get me, type of thing? But with Blessing, there was nothing said. There was just a couple of posts, and it saddens me, because it's like, is it because she's black? I don't want to think that, but it's like, is it because she's black? Do you know, for me, that's the first thing that came to my head. Is it because she's black? Because I do believe if she wasn't black, there would have been, we would have heard more about it. There would have been more noise. But with Sarah, there's much more noise. And I like the fact, though, that the Sarah situation, that they are bringing back Blessing's situation and talking about it more, because Blessing's family still haven't heard answers. Yeah, they haven't heard answers at all. They are crying. They need answers. We need answers. Her friends need answers. We all need answers. But there's no answers. Who do you blame? Do you blame the police? A lot of you will say, yeah. It doesn't make sense. And what also is weird, they caught the person that the police officer that had murdered Sarah, and then, if I'm not wrong, a day or two later he's rushed off the hospital. It doesn't make sense, because I know for sure if that was a black man, they would have let him die in a cell. For sure. They would have let him die in a cell. They wouldn't have rushed him to hospital. They would have never rushed him to hospital. So why was he rushed to hospital that quick? It doesn't make sense. Like, ask yourself, is it about a race? Is everything about a race? Because to me, if I have to really be honest, everything has pretty much, it's about race. As much as I don't want to make it about race, sometimes we have to speak about it, you know? Race is one of those things we're not going to speak about a lot, because, oh, it makes me feel uncomfortable, or I don't want to make other people feel uncomfortable. The only way we could move forward is if we feel uncomfortable. Uncomfortability is kind of the way forward. Having these type of conversations is the way forward. If these conversations don't happen, how are we meant to get a solution? We all can't just be sitting down talking to ourselves at home in our rooms, and then we'll be like, oh, you know what, forget it. Because that's what I tend to do. I tend to flag things off as well. That's why that's even why I even wanted to come and share my opinion on this, because what I'll normally just do is sit in my house, I'll talk about it to myself, I'll think about it, evaluate the whole situation, and then I'll go about my day like nothing happened, but really things are happening. We all need to stand up. We all need to stand up and speak. We all need to stand up and speak, because these things are real. It's happening to real people. Just because it's not by you, it doesn't mean that you don't stand up. You can stand up, you can speak, and you can make a change. You do that because you can. Who is stopping you? What is stopping you? Nothing should stop you. Maybe we may have these men that are saying, oh, the female shouldn't be out at that time, and you know, why is she out at this time? Leave them with the way they're thinking. You know, not all men think the same, so we can't really hold them all accountable, but it does take all of them need to change, I think, their mindsets, because I feel like every male has that mindset, have that mindset towards a female, and it's cruel, it's scary for a female, you know, having to walk out your house every time, having to look behind your back, having to look across your shoulder, having to make sure that you're always in the light so people see you, having to make sure that you're always in a crowd. It's sad, because as a male you can just kind of stand up and walk out. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen to males, because it does. Males do go missing, but at night time it's more likely definitely for a female. For a female, and 97% of females, as it says, 97% of young women in the UK have been harassed. 97% is a lot. It's a lot. It's sad, you know. It's sad that we have to live through this, but we need to make a change. And I feel like, speaking to the males, it starts by you. You lot are probably thinking, why would it start by us? Because you lot are, I don't want to say the cause, but the ones that are, the females getting harassed are getting harassed by men. It's not by females. I'm not saying that females don't do it. Once again, I'm not saying females don't do it. I'm saying it's more men that are doing it to females. So males, you lot need to change. I feel like all men, yes, you're not the same, but you all need to change. You all need to change. It's the same like in like the whole BLM thing. In order for this whole, you know, this whole racism needs to stop, it starts with us black people. We need to make the difference before we can tell white people to make the difference. Well, that's how I believe. I believe you need to make the difference within your lot, so then everyone else around is seeing, oh rah, they're making a difference, let's follow. Do you get me? You don't just start tapping into different communities and try and make a difference, and then everyone's looking at you like, that's a bit weird, why are you doing it alone? It takes a cohort of people. So change those that are in your bubble, that are with you. Change them, you know, get them to see the bigger picture, and then we can get to see the other bigger picture, because then that's how we can move forward. That's how we can make a change. That's how the world will be a better place. Because right now, if I have to be honest, of course, it's not a better place. It's not a better place. It's not. You know, there's things that could be done. A lot of things that could be done, but we stop ourselves. It's our mind. We stop ourselves. We need to get out of that habit of also just flagging things off. Because when you flag things off, you tend to kind of, I feel like you tend to care less. So, and I'm speaking to myself as well, because I flag things off a lot. A lot of things I flag off, and a lot of things I tend to be ignorant to. But I'm trying. We're learning. We're growing. There's always space for improvement. So don't flag things off. If there's a situation and you need to talk about it, talk about it. Talk about it, because that's how this world's going to change. Through conversations, through sharing knowledge, through educating each other. That's the only way we're going to change. that's literally the only way we're going to change. You get me? Especially now that, we're in a pandemic. I understand we're in a pandemic, so it's kind of hard to kind of get out there. But, there's a lot of social media groups and stuff like that. Find yourself a social media group. If you know someone, talk to them. Ask them questions. Google is there. There's always research, There's always research. You can read YouTube videos. There's a lot of things. We need to kind of get out there and start researching to change, because we're not going to change by just sitting down and doing nothing. That's definitely not it. Do you understand? That's not it. Stand up. Let's go. Keep it moving. Don't wait for someone else to stand up first, then you go. Why don't you make the first move? You make that first move. Start walking so everyone else can walk with you. Next minute, you're going to be running all together. Do you get me? This is how the world goes. And also, my heart also goes out to Italy. I heard yesterday, I don't know if you also heard, but they're going into another lockdown. It's sad, this whole lockdown thing. And I was a bit confused. I was like, why are they going into a lockdown after we're like on our way out of a lockdown? But then again, I had to kind of think about it, because we were on lockdown when they were kind of open. So it kind of makes sense. Well, it makes sense to put them on lockdown again. But my heart goes out to them. I hope that, this is their last lockdown. And I'm hoping this is our last lockdown. The world is... things are changing. Things are happening. But we're going to keep moving. We're going to keep being strong for the next coming years. Big things are about to happen. So there's no way we can stop. We need to keep on going. I hope you lot also all keeping safe. I really do hope you lot are all keeping safe. Yeah, that's from me. So I hope you lot have kind of taken in what I've said. And it's okay if you don't agree with me. If anything, that's 100% fine. I want to also hear all of your ideas. I want to hear what you lot have to say on this, on the Meghan Markle situation, the Sarah Everard situation, Blessing. I want to hear what you have to say, because it's a cruel world out here, but we can make it a better world. So I want to hear what you have to say. What do you have to say? What's your opinions on all that's going on at the moment? Yeah, that's from me. Thank you so much once again for all the love, all the support I keep getting. I can't even explain it. I just can't. I'm speechless every time. I just want to say thank you. That's all that comes out of my mouth. I can't really say anything much. I keep saying thank you. Thank you for the support all the time. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to literally my mom, my dad, my uncles, my aunties, everyone. Thank you so much for supporting my friends that, they keep pushing me, keep telling me just keep going. Thank you so much once again. Yes, thank you also to Congo Synthesis for having me on their show. Don't forget to follow me on my YouTube at eunice.isabel and also my Instagram at eunice.isabel. Thank you so much for coming again on the MVD show. I have been your host, Eunice Isabel, and I will see you in the next week show. Thank you so much. Stay safe and stay at home as well. Thank you.